Do you want to know how top designers create those dynamic, high-energy matchday posters? Well, today we're going to build this exact graphic from scratch, focusing on composition, texture, and lighting. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to design for professional footballers for clubs like Mainz, Schalke, Torino, and many others. And today, I'm gonna show that exact workflow with you. I believe the best way to learn is by doing it yourself. So I've dropped a free download link in the description with all the resources I'll be using in this tutorial. Go ahead, grab the files so you can follow along. Also, a lot of you ask about the tools I use for my daily client work. If you want to speed up your process and get access to my personal library of high quality overlays, brushes, and icons, check out my full assets pack on my website. The link is in the description. Alright, today we're going to design this exact graphic of Lamine Yamal for imaginary game against PSG in the Champions League. So let's not waste any time and jump straight into Photoshop. So earlier I've designed this imaginary matchday graphic for Lamine Yamal for a game against PSG. And today we're going to recreate this design step by step from scratch. All right, so let's create a new layer. Click Command N, and we're gonna use 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. White background, 300 pixels per inch resolution. Create. Let's open this photo of Lamine Yamal. It's in very good quality, and we're going to cut out our player. There are a lot of ways to select our player, but we're going to use the select subject option in the Adobe Photoshop. So it's going to take some time, but I think it's the best way, especially if you want to make designs quickly. You can use a pen tool, but when we're dealing with hair, the select subject is doing a great job, full start. And when we have our selection, it's not over. Go to select on top and choose select and mask. Now it's going to take us to this window, and we're going to make some adjustments. So first I would actually increase the contrast to about, let's say 20%, and shift edge by 10%. And now click B on your keyboard and make sure the hardness of the brush is 100%. You can click both keys, Control and Alt, and it's going to show your brush. And now if you slide to the right, you increase the brush. If you slide to the left, you decrease the brush. If you slide upwards, it will reduce hardness, and when you slide downwards, it will increase the hardness. So make sure the hardness is 100%, and now hold Alt. So there's a minus, and we're just gonna paint on the edges where, you know, the selection is not the best. Take your time, go all around the player, make sure the edges are nice and smooth. Okay, now that this is done, we're going to move to hair. As you can see, it's not the best selection right here. Now click R, and it's going to open the refine brush tool, and you can go around Lamine's hair just in some places. Okay, now it's looking better, but it's not perfect. But for this tutorial I won't be getting into much details. You can spend more time on the hair if you want, or I will be dropping a tutorial on how to select hair using hair brushes and other techniques. But for now, let's click OK. So now we have our selection. I'm going to hold Command C to copy, go to our composition, and Command V to paste. Before you transform the player, right click, select Convert to Smart Object, and now we can hold Command T and transform. So I'm gonna put him somewhere here, and now we're going to open up the second photo of Yamal and Mendes, and we're going to do the same thing. Select subject, and the selection is pretty good. We can open again select and mask. If you don't see white background here, click T on your keyboard and make sure the opacity is 100%. That way you can see the selection better. And we'll increase the contrast, reduce the shift edge, and using the brush tool again, we're going to do the same thing like last time. Alright, we have our selection done. I'm going to click OK, Command C to copy, Command V to paste, create a convert to smart object, and resize them to about this position. I think it's alright. Now we have our selection. We're gonna save this project. You can hold Command Shift and S, Yamal Matchday tutorial. Now we're gonna open the Camp Nou Stadium, and here you want to do something different. We go to Selection and select the sky, because the sky is the only thing that we want to get rid of here. And as you can see, it's got a pretty good job selecting the sky, but we want the stadium, not the sky. So what you're gonna do is hold Command Shift and click I, so it's gonna invert the selection. And again, go to select and mask. This time we're going to switch it on black, so click A. And here the selection is not very good, so what you're gonna do is increase the contrast, which looks already better. And here I'm gonna use the refine tool, refine brush, to get rid of this blue. Maybe some adjustments here also. I think it's alright. Copy this layer and paste it to our composition. I'm gonna resize it to about this size. Alright, now the last resource left is our sky, which is from my overlays and textures pack. So quickly I'm gonna select it. It's here, the sky number 2. I'm gonna upscale and move it upwards to about this position. Now we have everything done. We're gonna move on to lightning. First thing you want to do is to adjust the color. I'm gonna open curves, and using Alt key you can clip it to our first image. Select blues and increase blues a little bit. Go to red and drop the reds. And now in the RGB I'm gonna increase the lights from this side and decrease. But it's not done. I'm gonna open the color balance layer, raise the blues a little bit, decrease the reds, and I think it's perfect. Now I'm gonna copy this 2 layers and clip it to our stadium. As you can see, it's too bright, and I'm gonna decrease the blues. And we want the stadium to be a lot darker so we can see better the both players at the front. So when we have our curves layer open, we're gonna move the slider to about here. It's all right. And also we want to have some depth into the composition. Having the stadium layer selected, go to filter, blur gallery, and select tilt shift, and move the slider, decrease this slider to about here, and this one here you can also rotate it and decrease it to about 6. I think it's good. Now we're gonna move to the big Yamal picture. So having this selected, we're going to create brightness layer, decrease it about 30, and now you're gonna double click the layer. It's gonna show you this panel, and go to underlying layer options, and using Alt key you can split this slider and remove the darkened areas from the highlights. So it did a pretty good job. Now we're gonna copy the color balance layer from earlier, clip it to Yamal, and increase the blues, right so, and decrease the reds. Also copy this layer and paste it to our night sky. We're gonna decrease the blues a little bit, but I think it's alright. So now the color is set for every picture. Also, what you can do to create that more realistic scene is add some grass images. I'm gonna open my overlays and textures pack, go to grass, and select grass 7, which I'm gonna place behind our 2 players. Place it somewhere here, and in front of them I'm gonna go with grass 15, scale it up about this position, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and increase the blur to about 4.5. Go to layer, exposure layer, and I will decrease this one to about -4. In the grass behind, also add a Gaussian blur to the grass behind. 1.2 will be enough. Copy the color balance layers to the grasses. And now, as you can see, we've bring some life into the scene. Okay, now let's move on to lightning. Create a new solid color layer. Select it to a nice blue, I'll say about here. Click OK, go to our mask and click Command I to invert it. Now click B for brush, and I'm gonna choose a smoke brush from my brush pack, but you can use a normal soft brush for this one, it's totally okay. So having the smoke brush selected, I'll go to brush settings and shape the dynamics and increase the ankle jitter. So you want the opacity to be 100, flow to about, I'll go 20, and just tap it somewhere in the corner to create that light source. Yeah, I think it's alright. Now go to the layer behind, create a hue and saturation layer, click select colorize, increase the saturation and try to recreate the same blue. Command I to invert it, and using a soft brush we can paint somewhere behind the smoke effect. I think it's alright. Now go to our solid color layer. I'm gonna add some exposure, increase it to about 1, and using a soft brush I will decrease the flow, actually it's about 3%, and paint just in the corner softly. Yeah, I'm gonna increase it even more, about 1.6. Alright, now you can copy the same solid color layer and paste it before the big Yamal picture. Hold Command Backspace if you want to clear the mask selection, and using the smoke brush tool I'm gonna make some smoke effect behind our player, just like that. I think it's alright. I'll create a exposure layer, increase it to about 0.8, invert the mask, and using a soft brush I will paint just on the edges behind Yamal. Again, I'll increase the exposure a little bit, 1.70. So we have our light source done. Now we're going to paint some highlights on our subjects. So select the Yamal and Mendes image and go to exposure. You can move it on top and increase the exposure to about 1.2. Invert the mask, flow about 3% will be good. Just paint on the edges to make the light stronger. What you want to remember is to paint just on the left side, and imagine the light is coming from here and from there, which we're gonna create in a second. Okay, I think it's alright. Now we're going to move for a layer just above the stadium, create a new layer. You can use a normal brush using white color and create some light here behind the stadium. As you can see, something like that will be a good choice, but I want a more of a realistic effect. So what I'm gonna do is go to my brushes and select the second stadium light brush, rotate it a little bit, and using one click I have the light. Alright, now behind the light this spot quite empty, so I'm gonna copy this solid color layer, paste it above the big Yamal, click Command Backspace to delete it, flow to about 10%. I'm gonna paint here in front of the Yamal, something like that. Now select top layer Yamal and Mendes, create a solid color layer and go to blue, but make it very bright. invert the mask, Command I. This is the important step. We're gonna reduce the flow to about 2% and paint just on the edges. Alright, and this is how you want the light to look like. As you can see, you can turn this layer off before and after. And now with our exposure layer selected, we can copy the hue and saturation, paste it here, make sure to clip it. And again, with flow about 5%, we're gonna paint the blue light around our players. Just on the edges, nothing too crazy. Just imagine how this light source would affect our person. Make sure to add some on his cheeks. Alright, you can see before and after. And a nice thing to do, you can select the color layer, decrease the white, invert the mask, and we're gonna paint some, I don't know, light reflection in Yamal's eyes, which is gonna give a cool effect. Just softly paint here on the edges, something like that. And I've done here a blue light just in the corner of his eyes, and now you can see like his eyes really pop. All right, now we're gonna move to the big Yamal picture. You can copy all these layers we've used for the front picture and clip it to the Yamal. Make sure every layer now is perfectly black, and just do the exact same thing we've done. So starting with exposure, down to hue saturation, blue color lights, and some light refraction in the eyes. Now here's how our Yamal is looking. As you can see, I've created a light here on his cheekbone, which is really a cool effect if you want to have a realistic light on the player. The light reflection in his eyes just gives this high energy to our composition. So now you can see our graphic is looking very, very nice. Now go to the top layer, create a new empty layer, click U to bring out the rectangular tool. If you don't see it, right click, select the rectangle tool, go to fill, and we're gonna choose a nice dark red color. Stroke is empty, and we're gonna create a rectangle somewhere here. Now with our rectangle selected, click U, and you're gonna see these 4 circles. Bring one and decrease it to about 40. For now it's gonna be alright. And what I'm gonna also do is go to overlays and textures pack and select some steel effect, maybe steel 5. I will clip it to the rectangle, change the blend mode to multiply, and as you can see, we have a nice metallic effect. Double click on the rectangle tool. I will add some stroke and decrease the stroke to 1. Position outside, color, we're gonna choose a nice light red. I think it's alright. Now go to Google, download the Barca and PSG logo, place them to our composition. You can choose any opponent which you want. You can choose your local club. I will go with Barcelona versus PSG. And now click T, and I'm gonna type VS, scale it upwards and move it to the center. Also change the color to white. And if you don't see this panel here, you can go to window and make sure you have a character symbol selected. So it's gonna pop up here, and you can change the fonts, the color, the size, and other metrics. So for now this is perfect. Also you can add some more text information like Barcelona, PSG, the date, the time. I think it's alright for now. Now the next step is we're gonna add some camera raw filter. Hold Command, Alt, Shift and E, and it's gonna create a new layer with everything we've done to this moment. Right click on it and convert to smart object. Now go to filter, camera raw filter. And here there's no exact framework that you have to follow every time. Just go from top to the bottom and try to work out what works best for your project. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna increase exposure to 0.5, increase the contrast, increase highlights a little bit, decrease the shadows, increase whites, and actually increase by 1 or 2 the black. With the color layer, I will decrease the temperature. You can see it's going to make a nice cold scene. Increase the vibrance. I will decrease the saturation by -2. Go to effects. Increase the texture to about 24, 25. Increase the clarity. I will leave the dehaze now for 0. Vignette also, because you can see our corners are already pretty dark, and increase the grain to about 10. In the curves section, increase the highlights, lights, darks. I will actually increase and maybe slightly decrease the shadows. Go to color grading, and for the primary color, we'll go for our main blue. Increase it slightly. Shadows, we're gonna go with dark, very dark blue. And highlights, maybe some orange, just a bit, maybe more reddish. Increase the sharpening slightly. And when you're ready, click OK. And now you can see the before and after. This is an amazing tool. It's bringing the whole scene together. Now also on top of it, you can add some particles. I will go again to my overlays and textures pack. Select some nice particles. I think particle 2 is the best. I will flip it horizontal and vertical. Select blend mode to screen, and I'm gonna also add a hue and saturation layer, colorize, and select our nice and blue. So you can see it adds some particles to make our scene more alive, and also some others. I think particles 24. Change it to screen, flip it vertically, and again add a blue color. And with the mask selected, I'm gonna invert it, get rid of the particles that are getting in the face, because we don't want that and clients don't like that. Yeah, I think it's alright. Now the last step will be to create a new empty layer. Select the soft round brush, change the flow to 2%, change the blending mode to linear dodge add, and just slightly, very slightly, to all of the edges where we want to create the shining light. You can see it's giving just a slight effect here on our bottom layers, just very, very slightly. Now it's done. We have our whole design ready. As you can see, it's a quite good recreation of the poster I did before. I hope you get the same result and as close as me. And remember, you can use all of these techniques to impress your client during your next design. If you need resources, like I've used here, for example, grass, steel effect, particles, smoke brushes, stadium lights brushes, these are all available in my store. The link is in the description. That's it for this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.